everyone, and welcome to the Perfect Search Media training on Amazon SEO. Before we dive into specific ways to optimize your Amazon product listings to rank better for relevant users' queries, a brief overview of some of the different ranking factors are product titles, search terms, product bullet points, product descriptions, images, and finally reviews. So in this training, we'll walk through the best practices for each of these areas, as well as show a sample deliverable of what this might look like when you send it to one of your clients. So the first area of optimization is product titles. So of all of these factors, product titles are the strongest ranking factor on Amazon. With that said, keyword stuffing to a certain extent is actually encouraged. Unlike optimizing for pages on Google, where Google tends to now penalize you for keyword stuffing, which was a strategy back in the day that would work well for SEOs, that's no longer appreciated, and your rankings can actually be hurt if they do find that you are keyword stuffing. Looking at Amazon is still a little bit more so in the wild west of SEO, so you can get away with a little bit more keyword stuffing to ensure that all of the important unique value props, brand name, materials, the color or size are all included. And then also it is typically important to use a slash or a pipe to add a little bit of structure to the title to improve its readability, to also very clearly point out the keywords that are included as well. And on the right-hand side there, we do have an example of a product title. At the very top there, it does include a lot of information on the medication, but it could use a little bit of help with adding piping to include a little bit more structure there to make it a little more digestible for readers, so they're not completely overwhelmed by a very long title with nothing to break it up in between. And here's an example of what this might look like if Perfect Search were to send this to a client. On the very left-hand side, we have the URLs of each of the product pages, the SKU number as well, if we do have that information available, just to make it even easier for the client to look up the product that we're recommending to optimize, the current title, and then we have our recommended variants title. So say we are a dog treat brand and we offer different pack sizes for dog bones. So we have recommendations for each title for the variation of the product, if that exists. If it doesn't exist, we just have NA included there. And then finally, we do have our recommended primary title. So that main title at the top that we showed in the screenshot. In the last slide, we have recommendations there for how to improve and include all of those unique value props, the colors, any specifications that we need to. Next is search terms. So search terms are not actually visible to the customer. This is only seen on the back end when we're logged into our Amazon account. They tell Amazon which searches your product is listing, and they are very similar in nature to meta keywords, which is something that you can still use on your website's pages. And they used to hold a lot of weight where you could add in a bunch of meta keywords to kind of spoon feed to Google what types of searches you'd like to appear for. But in more recent years, the weight that this optimization holds has continued to fallen. So a lot of SEOs have kind of moved away from using meta keywords on their actual websites. But search terms are very similar to this on Amazon, and they are very important to continue to do. Some specific qualifications here: they cannot exceed 250 characters. If they do, Amazon will pretty much entirely ignore your search terms that you selected. So make sure you are close to, but not going over that limit. Some other items to not include: no need to have any misspellings. Amazon is smart enough to pick up on if there are misspellings or similar spellings to the keywords that you have included there. Commas are not needed to break up keywords. Any subjective claims should not be included. So again, if you're a dog treat brand, don't include best or cheapest. Everything should be objective. Brand names don't need to be included in your list of search terms, whether that's your own brand or competitors' brands, don't include those. And then finally, you don't need the variation of a word, both singularly and plurally. One or the other is good, and Amazon will recognize that those are similar words, so you don't need it both. And then here's an example of what a deliverable might look like for search terms. Again, we have that product identifier on the left-hand side, the current search terms with the character count showing as well, if we are at that 250 character cutoff, or on the other side, if we're not even close to that and we have a lot of room for additional search terms to add. And then on the far right side, we have our recommended search terms laid out there for each product, and then the character count, of course, all remaining under that character count limit of 250. Thirdly, we have product bullet points. So I'm sure you've seen this when shopping around on Amazon. They're a very quick and scannable way to relay the features of a product and also the benefits of why a customer should select this product over competitors. On the right-hand side there, you can see that red arrow pointing to the bullet that says the flavor name regular, and that is the only bullet point that is on this product listing. So this is not optimized for Amazon SEO because it is not utilizing all 5 bullets that are allowed. So you can use a maximum of up to 5 bullets to relay all features and benefits that you want to make sure your customers are aware of. With these bullet points, include keywords, but also focus on readability for humans. Make sure it makes sense from a standpoint, if you were to read it back, that it is said in a natural way that makes sense for humans, but of course, also including a few keywords for those search engines and Amazon to understand as well. Another strategy on what to know to include in these bullet points is to see what your competitors are doing. See if they're featuring a benefit that you wouldn't think to. This could be a good opportunity to craft your bullets to go after the benefits that some of your competitors are mentioning. And the most important thing with bullet points on Amazon is make sure to include all relevant information that a user would need to decide to purchase your product over another competitor's. And here's just a quick example of a concrete deliverable that we would provide, having that current copy and then our recommended copy. You can see there that we have the very short benefit highlighted or bolded. So we have high in protein. Customers can very quickly understand that this dog treat is high in protein. And then if they want to read a little bit more, they can. Each treat is packed with protein and other essential vitamins to support a healthy diet. And we do have all 5 of those bullets included and recommended for every product page. We want to make sure we're hitting that 5 bullet point mark. Next, we have product descriptions, which are found lower on the page and are longer. So these are longer form pieces of content. They should be a mix of romance copy, so utilizing your brand voice, but also details about the product that would help sway a user to purchase. They should be persuasive and engaging, and keywords are very important in long form descriptions as well. And especially if there were any value props that you decided not to include in the bullet points up higher on the page in those 5 bullets, absolutely an opportunity to include those here, just to make sure you hit the mark there and they're included somewhere on the page. And here's just an example of an optimization for one of the longer form product descriptions. So making sure it follows brand voice, is grammatically correct, and includes all of those keywords that we want to rank for in the Amazon search results. So next we have product images. So product pages with higher quality images consistently have higher conversion rates than those that don't have high quality images. Some specific recommendations here: Google recommends larger images, specifically stating that images should be 1,000 pixels or larger in height or width. And up to 9 images can be uploaded for each product page, but typically you'll only see that 7 are displayed, and you can see that on the right-hand side there, the 7 images that are appearing. Each image should be important to have. You don't just want to have filler images on there. Include a mixture of images with text overlaid as well. You can see that in this example on the right-hand side too. And lastly, we have reviews. I'm sure you're aware reviews are one of the most important reasons why a customer decides to purchase or not. They want to be able to trust that what they're getting is what is being relayed to them on the page, and no better way to know that than to understand a previous customer's experience. There is also a direct correlation between having more reviews and more reviews that are positive and having higher rankings on Amazon. So how can you go about receiving more reviews? The first being, of course, providing a great customer experience. You want them to have received a high quality product, and you want that experience from the moment they ordered to the moment they received it to be smooth. If they have any questions, they want to be able to easily reach out. So just providing that general great customer experience is the most important way to receive positive reviews. Outside of that, sending a follow-up email after they buy it. Amazon has their own default email that they send after you make the purchase asking for feedback, but there are also tools available where you can create your own custom follow-up that would likely end in higher engagement. If it is more customized, users are more likely to fill out that form to provide a review for you. And then lastly, requesting them on social media. You can post organically on your Instagram or your Facebook asking to leave a review if a customer has made a purchase. If they are already following you on your social media platforms, they're likely already a happy customer and would be willing to post a review for you. And that actually takes us through everything we wanted to talk through today in terms of optimizing your products through Amazon SEO. We hope this helped, and it will improve your rankings for products. Thank you.